Hello everyone, this is Anisha Sharma, intern at LexClick and Company. I'm also a fourth year student at Modi University. I'm making a series of videos based on Industrial Dispute Act of 1947. I've discussed the scope, the applicability of the act, what are the various adjudicating authorities under the act. I've also discussed arbitration, award and various other topics of the act. In the current video, I'll be discussing strikes and lockouts that is mentioned under the Industrial Dispute Act. Also, a disclaimer for the video. This video does not solicitate or promote any kind of advertisement for the firm. It is only for educational purpose and in accordance with the rules as established by the Bar Council of India. Talking about strikes and lockouts, a strike is defined under Section 2Q of the Industrial Dispute Act, and the definition of strike is it is a session of work by a body of persons employed in any industry acting in combination of a concerned or refusal under a common understanding of any number of persons who are or have been so employed to continue to work or to accept employment. A mere stoppage of work do not come within the meaning of strike unless it is to be shown that the stoppage of work was a concerned action for the enforcement of an industrial demand. Talking about lockouts, lockout is defined under Section 2(1) of the Act, and it is stated that lockout means the temporary closure of a place of employment or the suspension of work or the refusal of any employer to continue to employ any person, any number of persons employed by him. So, it is just a weapon by the employer, while strike is that the strike is an weapon for the workers. Just as a strike is a weapon in the hands of the workers for enforcing their industrial demands, lockout is a weapon available to the employer to force the employees to see his point of view and accept his demands. The Industrial Dispute Act does not intend to take away these rights. However, the rights of strikes and lockouts have been restricted to achieve the purpose of the Act, namely peaceful investigation and settlement of industrial disputes between the worker and the industrialists. Talking about the procedure for strike, Section 22 subsection 1 states that no person employed in a public utility service should go on strike in breach of contract. A. Without giving the employer notice of strike, and herein after provided within 6 weeks before strike or within 14 days of giving of the notice before the expiry of the date of strike specified in such notice as aforesaid, or during the pendency of any conciliation proceeding between the conciliation officer and 7 days after such conciliation proceeding. Talking about for the procedure of lockouts, according to Section 22 subsection 2, no person in any public utility service shall go on lockout in breach of contract. A. Without giving the employer notice of lockout within 6 weeks before such lockout, within 14 days of giving such notice before the expiry of the date of lockout as specified in the notice, or during the pendency of any conciliation proceeding before the conciliation officer and 7 days after such conciliation proceeding. Also, notice of strike or lockout according to Section 22 subsection 3, the notice of lockout or strike under this section shall not be necessary where there is already in existence a strike, as the case may be lockout in any public utility service. Thank you. This was all from my side.